All right, this is Bobby here with Riff, and we got Ari in the air from Discovery Plus's new show, Pushing the Line, which they feature some incredible highliners, Ari included, just taking on these world record massive highlines. So without further ado, what's up, Ari?
Hi, Bobby. Hi.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
How did you first get into highlining?
I started slacklining in 2006. I was in high school and went to my favorite water hole, and someone had set up a slackline over the river and he did a backflip off of it. And immediately I said, oh, I'm going to do that because that's another substrate that I can enact a backflip. Very next day I went and bought myself a slackline, and the same day I broke it, setting it up improperly.
That's good. Good place to learn though.
Yeah. So I haven't broken one since.
That's good. Get that out of the way early.
Yeah, they've gotten more consequential. And I think I started highlining 8 years ago when my friend Sam said, Ari, there's a Smith Rock Highline Festival this weekend. Let's go. I said, all right. Okay. And let's train. And we went to the park and we set up a slackline, and we made it high enough that we couldn't touch the ground with our feet by sitting on it. And we had to learn how to stand up on it without touching the ground.
Wow.
And then we went to Smith Rock that weekend, and I just fell off the thing over and over and over and over and over.
Because it's not just a physical feat, right? You're doing very much a mental feat where you are sometimes walking for an hour, right? And it's not
or more or two.
And it's a slow and methodical process. And so it's not just a physical feat, but it's a mental feat as well.
It is very much so. I do have physical feat though. That
of course
they help a lot.
Both types of feet.
Yeah. Both feet.
So yeah, how do you what's your pre-walk ritual? Do you have one?
It kind of changes depending on where I am. Sometimes there's no need. Sometimes I'm just in it. I'm just ready to go already.
Yeah. In the state of mind.
Yeah, I feel it. I'm excited. And then at that point, the ritual is almost just a physical thing, just warming up my shoulders, essentially. Your shoulders, holding your hands up and swinging your arms around to balance yourself for 2 hours, your shoulders just die.
And shotgun and Energy Plus.
I use those for the rigging days, the long days of pulling on ropes and climbing trees to get the rope uncaught, and just so many things.
Yeah, the rigging setup is impressive. I mean, I know how to tie my shoes 3 different ways, but those are some serious knots and pulleys, and
gets a little bit different. Gets a little crazier when you're like, if my shoe falls off, I'm going to die. So how do I want to tie my shoe? That's kind of the level.
That changes everything about how you want to tie your shoe. It's not about convenience. It's like
not only will I die, my friend will die. Like if he goes first, he dies. Like did I tie my yeah. So
wow.
Yeah, it's interesting because so many people think that highlining is walking across the rope, but there's just so much more that goes into it.
Sure.
There's just so much more that goes into it.
What's your favorite part about it?
I don't think that there's a favorite part. You don't get one without the other, you know? You don't get
the whole experience.
You don't get walking across the line if you haven't dreamt that the line is possible. Imagined how you would get the line across. Imagine how you would anchor it. And then not just imagine it, but plan it, execute it, improvise it, make sure it's safe.
Right.
And then after all of that, you get this opportunity to walk across the line, you know? So this most recent line that I did is the American record out here in Oregon. You came and saw it. Luckily.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Okay, now go on.
That's amazing. Move your head.
Well, it's I forget his name.
Sam.
It's not you or else. It's Sam. There you go.
That's my buddy Sam. He's starting his walk. He did a big crossing that day.
Yeah.
Put your finger up where the line ends.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So the line ends right there.
He goes. It's 3,500 feet
through my
long.
ear.
So,
and this is an American record.
Correct. I did it my first try, no falls.
Wow.
You know, this line, I think I spent less than 5 hours on the line. I started planning this highline 3 years ago. When I saw it there, I
Scouting
was
it
like, oh
out.
my God, it would actually be possible to put a slack line from here to there. And then I went
Yeah.
home and I measured it on Google Earth. And then, and then it was just like, it was a joke for a couple of years. And then I did the world record. It was, twice as long as that one. And then I went to Moab and I did this TV show and I got really fired up on these long high lines again. I said, okay, like it's time. So, from November till when we did that, a number of months of communicating, collaborating, planning, dreaming, imagining for 5 hours on the line. And then, it took us 2 days to rig it and an entire day to de-rig it.
One of the numerous hats you wear is camp chef too.
Yeah, I've always loved to cook, and I can more easily cook camping than I can in my own kitchen, just because of the size of flat top I have. For camping, right? I got a 3 foot wide cast iron flat top.
Going out to this line, watching you in the show, you really do a great job of not just taking care of yourself, but also taking care of the team. And I've seen you kind of guide people or encourage people and help them to accomplish something they never thought they could have done. So how do you move someone along where they're scared, literally scared, for lack of a better term, scared shitless to doing this thing, and then watching them overcome?
I guess I would start with the joke that I typically make, which is that I love to highline, but my favorite thing is actually peer pressure. There's something about other people, like facilitating them overcoming their fears or pushing beyond what they think is possible or doing something that really scares them, but they end up having a really good time doing. There's something very rewarding in that.
Yeah.
The first thing is leading by example. I can inspire you, and through that inspiration, you can aspire to expand yourself. And that can go, it's such a great pyramid scheme. It's the best pyramid scheme of all of them.
Well, I was going to say, by inspiring, you mean by peer pressuring.
Yeah. Well, I jump first usually. I rig the ropes and then I jump first, and then I'm like, okay, come on. I showed you it's safe.
It's because you have this approach, right? It's lead by example. It's you know what you're doing, so there's a confidence that you convey. And then there's just the airy factor, which is you're going to have fun doing it. I am one of these people that you have pushed
off a cliff
beyond my mental capacity of what I could do.
Yeah, cool. Our tactic was Bobby, you want to jump? He said, nah, I'm good. So all right, come over here and just see if the harness fits.
See if the harness fits. And then it
see if the harness fits. And then we're like, I think, yeah, the harness is on. Let's see if the ropes will tie to that harness. Oh yeah, the ropes are definitely tied on. Well, now you're up, and it's like, I mean, just get out of the way. It's like your turn. Like clock's ticking, bro. Like other people are trying to jump, and you're like, okay. How do I do this?
I'm pretty sure that's the only way I could have ever done that.
Is making it a joke.
Your gentle peer pressure, and then making it a joke.
The levity.
And with the jammy pack and playing.
That was you.
Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, boss. Let it happen, baby. Yeah.
Jamie, knock her off!
Then it's like out of body, right? You're like, I have to do this because it's comedic delivery.
It is.
And timing. If I miss the timing, it's not funny.
Yeah, and that's why we do, when we do a base jump, we say 3, 2, 1, see ya.
Yeah,
it's like no one wants to miss a good countdown.
No, it's so true.
It's just telling yourself too.
I forget the guy's name who's the trick liner and was working up the courage to do that swing, and then
Bray.
I think you did that exactly same thing. Aaron Bray, yes. I believe you did that same exact 3, 2, 1, see ya. And then his face coming back from that swing, just like,
dude, I can't tell you. Like I ran the swing for him. Like I helped facilitate that jump for him, and the way he looked at me And just like the look on his face, and he looked at me and so serious. And even in the show, you can hear Seabrook after Seabrook says, "Oh man, Bray got so totally serious there for a minute." And it's true. And Bray looked at me and he says, "Ari, please don't push me. I'll jump when I'm ready." I said, "Bro, I will not push you." But like he looked at me so dead serious.
Yeah.
Which I don't usually like. I won't push people off the cliff. You know, that's not.
Of course.
Like we talk about like the peer pressure, but I don't like. I won't go as far as to like prank somebody to make him do that. I wouldn't do that.
Right.
But that's not the growth. I'm not like forcing someone to do it. Like there's a growth experience if you're willing to like take part in it, but no, you can't force that on somebody.
No, so true. Man. Okay. In the spirit of riffing, Ari, we wanted to give a discount code for whoever watches this video for
To the end.
20% off, and you have to just come up with the code right now, and I'll type it down.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Riffable.
Riffable. RIFF.
ABLE.
Boom.
Okay.
Done.
And I just, before we had this call, I actually coined something, which is like your riffable is, it might be your sport. It might be highlining because I riff on highlining. It might be paragliding. I riff on paragliding. It might be design because I riff on design.
Yes, you do.
I riff on music, the things that fire me up, the things that I can grow in, the things that I can push myself in, the things I can be inspired in and aspire in, the things I can like rally around other people and collaborate and communicate in. These are riffables.
I know you don't have a microphone, but you could do like a mic drop. You do have a
I caught it. I wouldn't let it hit the deck.
Yeah. Thank you so much for making time. And, you know, we're in the middle of this series. We're only 3 episodes in and there's 3 more.
Yeah,
so can't wait to see
it's
you take on these other lines.
It's going to get real. Oh, the best is yet to
Unbelievable.
come. The best is yet to come. Wait until you see Castleton. Oh, you're going to freak. You are going to freak.